Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thank you so much for watching. We've been talking about the 32 ways to fight inflation. Yeah, supply versus demand, price of everything going up like crazy. But you know what? If we get together and we stick with each other and we come up with some plans, we can save money. Okay, so we're going to do that. So this is part 2 of that show, and so we're down to number 16. And number 16 is sell your car. You know, this kind of makes sense in some ways. If you're a 2-car household, try living with just one car. Just try it for 1 month. After a month, if you're confident you can live with just one car, sell the other one for some quick cash and see these savings continue with fewer registration and car maintenance costs. Also, it's going to save you when you're paying taxes. It's going to save you on lots of things. It's going to save you on your insurance as well, too. You know, you're hiking up some more money every single month when you have 2 cars on your car insurance. So, and then the maintenance cost as well. Even if you discover you need 2 cars, cut out driving whenever you can. Carpool with co-workers, bike to work if you possibly can, use public transportation if you live in the city. We can't quite do that here in this area. So we are in the country, but if you only got 1 car, you're paying insurance on 1. So you're saving some more money right there. Okay, join a gas rewards program. So gas prices continue to drain the average budget as the government works to ease inflationary pressures. So they say they are. Joining a gas rewards card program can help you save money each time you pump and may offer other perks as well, like price matching and in-store discounts. So I brought this up in the other show, and so we have a Capital One card that's actually through Walmart. So when we buy our fuel through Walmart, we're saving some money on gasoline as well. Now, even if I'm traveling and we can't find a Walmart for traveling, then I can stop at any other gas company and I'm saving 1%. Okay, so 1% beats nothing, doesn't it? Yep, absolutely. All right, number 18, travel on a budget. Yep, it's an easy way to fight inflation to cut out unnecessary expenses like vacations, but now everybody's got to have a break every once in a while, right? I mean, everybody needs a little bit of time off. So if you're traveling in 2023, research when to book flights for the best deals, especially if looking for cheap holiday flights. And that's when the prices get more expensive. Phil and our wedding anniversary is actually, we got married on the weekend of Labor Day. Man, that's an expensive time to travel. I don't know why we chose that week. But anyway, we don't take our anniversary trips unless it's the week before, a couple of weeks before, or a couple of weeks after our anniversary. You save hundreds of dollars that way. So we celebrate every day anyway. So it doesn't have to be exactly that day. Okay, so go to the best deals. Oh, and let me tell you something. Some of my flight attendants friends told me in Charlotte, North Carolina, you know, that's a big international airport there. So some of the girls said, if you will book your flight either on a Monday or a Tuesday or Wednesday and try to pick as late in the evening as you possibly can, you're going to get your better travel dates. So if you're traveling in 2023, do that. International travel continues to be more expensive and crowded. As people look to make up for lost time from COVID, instead plan a cheaper weekend trip, just a short drive from home. That's how you can save even more money. Now, thinking about America's greatest sites, you can actually see some of America's greatest sites on a budget. If you go to Priceline.com, I found this. We're thinking about going to San Antonio. Phil's never been to San Antonio, even though he lived in Houston forever. So he said, I've never been to San Antonio. I was there for a business trip one time. You got the Riverwalk and all those great things out there. So I found online where we could actually get a flight and hotel stay for 4 nights. 4 nights. $400 and something a piece. Again, that included the flight and the hotel stay. So that's going to be another fun trip without costing a fortune. Number 19, cut out on streaming services. You can use Netflix and, and stuff like that. It's a good way to save on cable costs, but if you're not careful when you're paying for a whole bunch of them, you're paying more than you would for the cable. But with the advent of Hulu, Disney, Peacock, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, and others, watching TV can be just about as expensive as it was a decade ago. So limit yourself to just 1 or 2 streaming services a month. You can also switch to out services every few months based on what the new seasons of your favorite TV shows, like Brad. Brad loves football, so he's watching 2 games and listening to one on the radio and all this. He's a football husband, and so that one time season through the year, he gets the cable services. And also, when you're a new customer, you get more deals anyway. So he'll cancel it out after football season and then starts it back up. But just have one streaming. But I'm going to tell you what, you can use Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire to find our show, and it's free to use. Roku, you buy it once. Okay, you buy the little box or the little remote or whatever you want to call it. You buy that one time. You can spend anywhere between $30 and I think it's $60 or something like that. And then you pay nothing per month. Now there are some services that you can add, but doing it this way saves you a whole lot of money. So we like to watch old classic movies, and this is our Friday night date night. We love doing this. We like to watch old whodunits. And that's back when movies were actually decent, and you can watch. And it's so good to be able to do that and not have to pay for cable to get that. Now, I've got to have my internet service. But anyway, I'm not paying extra for cable. I just don't need it. Call customer service. Tell them you're canceling to see what deals they may have to tempt you with. You can also work with phone and internet providers. Tell them you're shopping around. They'll give you some deals that they give the new people coming in. I never understood that. Okay, so you have your existing company. That's why I left one of the big ones. Okay, so I've been with this company for like 12 years. Same cell phone company. But I kept seeing all these little ads that were getting new people coming in, and they were giving them all these great deals I couldn't get. So what I did is I just called and I said, look, I'm shopping around. Guess what? I got the deal the new ones get. You can do that. Number 20, cancel your gym membership. Cutting a gym membership is an easy way to infuse more cash into your budget. Instead, use your apartment's gym if you live in an apartment. Invest in a small weight set, or just go outside to jog. Or how about, better yet, have a garden. That's an absolute easy, super simple way to do it. Get a roommate. You can do that if you live by yourself. It has its perks. But with housing prices at an all-time high, actually the person that you're getting to live with, make sure it's okay with the landlord, okay, if you are renting a place. But you can actually get somebody to actually practically make your house payment. Yeah, you actually can, because you bought your house, say, 20 years ago, and then somebody's renting. The rental prices have went skyrocketed. And so now, ask for a decent amount, because that's how you're going to get, because I've done this before, okay? We actually rented a house out before, and I swore I'd never do it again. And I was trying to help people. And what was happening is I was offering such low prices, I wasn't attracting the right people. They were tearing up more than I was actually making. Wound up selling the property just to get rid of it. Get a roommate that can actually help. Now, you can also screen roommates, okay, to avoid getting to major financial problems. Okay, number 22, lower your utility bills. That's something we all need to know about. Okay, here's how you can do that. Your electric, gas, and water bills have probably spiked since this has been recorded, okay? And inflation is just an incredible high. Installing LED light bulbs throughout the home will help. Hanging curtains to trap heat in during the winter, opening windows and using fans in the summer, and then installing a low flow toilet and shower head can help. You know what, on the previous show we just talked about this. If you'll get a quart or a pint water, just glass canning jar or whatever, and fill it full of water, put a lid on it, it's going to save you a lot of money in flushing that toilet. I don't know what you can do with shower head, but anyway, there's probably something you could do. Fixing leaky sinks right away helps too, because just a little simple drop can add up. Okay, and then you got a higher bill. Okay, 23, give the gift of time. You want to give gifts? Think about this. If you have a wide circle of friends and family, birthday gifts can add up. We've always said this. The month of May and June is about like Christmas in this family. Almost everybody has a birthday in May and June. So talk to your loved ones about skipping gifts in 2023 instead vowing to spend more time together. Bonus points if you can find free things to do together. And extra credit if you make money together doing a little side hustle. Yeah. I wouldn't own a huge business and hire relatives. It's a good way to, like, everybody gets mad at each other. But you got a little side hustle going on, that might work. Number 24, have fun at home. Everyone needs to get out of the house and have some fun sometimes, but those $2,000 Taylor Swift concert tickets are not the best use of your cash. My goodness. Okay, one thing you can do, reading books from the library. That gets you out of the house, right? Okay, and also if it's in the hot summertime and you can't afford to have it like where you can hang meat in your house, go to the library. They're going to have it plenty air conditioned there. Doing puzzles and playing board games. We love playing board games. Oh, it's fun. Main game of Monopoly. Yeah, it can go on for hours. Starting a garden or playing lawn games like cornhole or cricket. I mean, that's a good thing you can do right there. Dusting off old video game consoles for a day of nostalgia. Yeah, remember those little that would run on the screen? How many kids would get bored with that? Because now it's like flaming, killing people, blood, guts, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, number 25, and then we'll go into a break. Put off home renovations. Lumber, steel, and labor shortages following COVID-19 have sent construction costs skyrocketing. But if you can just wait just a little bit, they say they should drop in 2023, maybe the latter part, and in 2024. So if you've been dreaming of renovation projects since quarantine, hold out just a little bit longer. Those prices are likely to go down the latter part again of 2023. Okay, we've got to go into a commercial break, and we will be right back in just a few minutes. I'm on number 24, and we've got 32 ways to fight off inflation. So we'll be right back in just a few minutes. You hang in there. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain-fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256 996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdy.lawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Okay, we are back. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, as well as Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thank you again so much for watching. So we're talking about 32 ways to fight inflation. Yeah, we got it from all ends. It's coming from all corners. And we're that little spoke in the tire, and they're coming in from right here. And they're all hitting us pretty hard. You got your groceries, you got your utilities, you got your fuel costs, you got just buying anything. It's just really, real estate is really skyrocketed. I really feel sorry for young married couples just coming in. And you got that big, huge, or don't start out with a huge house. Start with a smaller one and grow into it. And but anyway, these prices are just getting incredibly unreal. My best way to fight inflation, grocery costs it's just incredible. If you'll just have your own garden, whether it's a little one or a big one or what, that's going to save you a ton of money. Okay, number 26, start a side hustle. Okay, cutting out all the expenses we've talked about, from streaming services to dairy products to car insurance, is a great way to fight inflation. But when everything costs more, we need to earn more just to keep up. So if you got time on your hands, try a little new side hustle for extra cash. You can make money on almost anything, from flipping furniture to taking photos to shopping for and delivering food for people. You can do those things. Man, a neat thing to do is to get something and refurbish it and sell it. Go to Shepherd's Cove Thrift Shop. You'll find all kinds of awesome items out there that you can get and you can turn into anything and then sell it. Go to the Facebook marketing place and sell your items. Okay, this one's hard for some people, but ask for a raise, okay, on your job. If you didn't get a raise consistent with the inflation of 2022, you essentially got a pay cut because of the inflation. So going into 2023, we're seeing massive layoffs, especially in the tech industry. Oh, and some businesses are closing down that I never thought would ever shut down any stores, and they're doing it. So going into 2023, it can be difficult to negotiate for a raise, but it's worth a shot. Now, if an employer can't give you a raise, negotiate for more paid time off. You can also use that time to work on a side hustle, earning extra cash, while getting paid for your main gig. But I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts. Okay, so if you're going to go in, you're going to talk to the boss about giving you a raise. Don't do it if you've been a slacker. Don't do it if they've hauled you in the office several times for talking on the phone. They might fire you instead. They may say, "Are you kidding me? You actually want me to give you a raise? Okay, you've been causing trouble. You're not efficient on the job. You might get fired instead." So you need to go through this rehabilitation program for your own self. And this is called doing the job nobody else wants to do. Instead of just sitting around, filing your fingernails when you don't have anything to do, find something to do. Do that. Do little studies on your job. Let's say you're a welder. Okay, and you just learned a new technique for welding. It's something you found on a YouTube video. Bring these little things to the boss. Give the boss, not bossing the boss around, I'm not saying that. You just walk into the boss and say, "Look, I found ways you can save money on this." If it's a retail store, you can say, "You know what? You've been spending a whole lot of money on shipping and that kind of thing. If you use such and such service, I found that if you use them so many times per month, they actually give you a credit back." Or maybe a credit card. If you know that the boss is buying stuff on credit, say, "Hey, you know what? There's a really, really neat credit card. I heard Donna talking about it on the Edge talk show. And it's a Walmart card that actually whatever you spend it on, you get a rebate back on stuff." Amazon does the same thing. They have a credit card on that as well. So whatever ways you can save time, save money, do this for consistently for 6 months. Because if you've been working for the person for 6 months, you've been slacking the entire time, don't go in again and ask for a raise. Rehabilitate yourself, be a better person on the job, then go in and raise, okay? So that's just the best way to do it. Okay, now just about 7 minutes left in this one. Okay, open up a high yield savings account. That's just another good way. Even the best yield savings accounts haven't kept up with inflation. However, earning 2 to 3% on your emergency fund is a lot better than earning 1% at a traditional bank. Absolutely. Plus, it's possible the interest rate on your high-yielding savings account will outpace the inflation once it eventually starts slowing down. Now, number 29, make sure that you maximize that tax credit. Tax season can be a major headache, but it's also an opportunity to get huge influx of cash via your tax refund. A surefire way to fight inflation. Now, make sure you understand how tax credits and tax deductions work to get the biggest write-offs, especially if you're in a low-income family who can take advantage of earned income tax credit. I'm going to suggest you do this too, okay? When you are searching for someone to handle your taxes, you need to find someone who is going to be looking out for your side. Okay, you need to find someone who is a conservative to handle your taxes. Yeah, even if you're a liberal, hire a conservative to help you with your taxes. They're going to look for the best tax breaks for you. Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax Service, Rhonda Bonds, has been handling my taxes since 2013. It's going on 10 years. She's been handling our taxes. And now she's fair, okay, and she keeps up with all the latest rules and regulations on getting your taxes done. But I just got to tell you, a conservative is going to do you a much better job than a liberal. I hate to say that, but here it is. It's out there in brass tacks. Now, we'll tell you this. If she thinks something poses a red flag, maybe on something, I don't know, maybe you're reporting too much gas mileage, something like that. You know, she may say, "Oh, that looks like a red flag right there. Are you sure about the mileage?" She's never done that to me, but anyway, I'm just using that for an example. She will tell you, "Now, I think that looks kind of," make sure you go back and check your mileage. Make sure that that's the correct mileage that you're using. And so little things like that she's going to help to keep you from getting an audit. That's another thing that she wants to try to do. She will, she'll also ask questions. She'll say, didn't you say you sold the car? Did you take a loss on it? She's gonna ask you to get those trigger questions right there. So Rhonda Bonds at Rhonda's Elite Tax Services. Okay, she's located in Boaz, Alabama. Make sure you use her. Okay, pro tip: if you made $73,000 or less in 2022, you qualify for a free tax filing with guided tax preparation for the IRS. I don't think they can save you the money and get you the refund back that she can. So Rhonda's Elite Tax Service. Okay, number 30, use a cashback credit card. We talked about that several times in this segment right here. That's going to be your best way to do it. But now, don't let it build up on interest and penalties, okay? Make sure you're paying that bill every single month. Otherwise, you're not really saving anything. Invest in I-bonds. Okay, investing in 2022 was extra risky and ultimately led to major losses across the board. But one investment that makes sense right now, Series 1 savings bonds. Now through April the 30th, 2023, these bonds have a 6.89% interest rate. I got to check that out. Series 1 bond interest rates are a combination of a fixed rate and the inflation rate changing every 6 months. These are the only inflation-protected security offered by the Treasury Department. But then you have to wonder about what's going to happen to the dollar. So those are things that I kind of panic about. Okay, let's see. We've got one more. Don't panic about investments. That's where people really mess up. So even though the stock market looks bleak and your retirement account probably looks like it took a beating in 2022, don't lose hope. Most of us are investing for the long term. So over time, a diversified investment portfolio tends to pay out much more than bonds with a high yielding savings. Now, if you've got stocks and you've got bonds, that kind of thing, and you've got somebody who's working with you, okay, I would use, again, a conservative. I'm just telling you. They're going to look at after your best half. Okay, now, I'm going, oh, and by the way, this website, all this came from thepennyhoarder.com. Thepennyhoarder.com. There's some questions that were asked here, and I think it's worth mentioning, and we've got time. What inflation is expected in 2023? So here's the answer to that. And this is according to thepennyhoarder.com. Right now, the Federal Reserve is predicting a 3.1% drop in inflation for 2023 over 2022's historic rates. While inflation will fluctuate from month to month, and yet unknown world events can introduce unexpected pressures on inflation, it does signal that prices will begin to return to normal in 2023. But keep doing what you're doing, okay? Get your garden, get that rocking and rolling, because even though the price of things could go down, it could be a supply chain issue. Okay. Now, when will inflation go down? There's someone that says no one can say for sure. You just don't know when it's going to go down. But and the Federal Reserve expects inflation to drop by 3.1% in 2023. Morningstar analysts predict that 2022 to 2026 inflation will average out to just 2.6, meaning 2023 through 2026 should usher in the return of lower cost of goods and services. Also depends on who the president's going to be. Okay, how can I prepare for inflation? To prepare for and fight inflation, prioritize paying down debts with high interest rates. That can get that in control as quick as you can. Make a budget. Find easy places to cut costs, like at the grocery store, dining out, on-stream services, that kind of thing. Ask for a raise at work. Take on a side hustle there to inject extra cash into your budget. Make smart investments like Series 1 savings bonds, but still contribute to traditional retirement accounts if you possibly can. Okay, use common sense. That's one of the best things I know to do. Also, make sure that, if you want to call them idols, the people that you really look up to, make sure these people are successful. Don't follow anybody that is not successful, or unless you just want to do opposite of whatever they do. Find someone who knows what they're doing. Another good thing Phil and I do is stick with the book of Proverbs. We get a proverb and study it every single morning. Okay, it helps us to make wiser decisions, and that's what you want to do. Wise. Don't follow the crowd. Don't do what everybody else is doing. Okay, Proverbs teaches that very well. My name is Donna. I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And also check out the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. netnewsnetwork.net. Thank you again so much for watching.